Hey, hey. I'm Caleb Bornman. When I started out of school, I studied electrical engineering. I went and worked in manufacturing, and then I went and worked at a nuclear plant. But then I got curious about software, decided to get an embedded software job. But in February of this year, I signed in my resignation and said, I gotta get out of here. I gotta try something totally different. And what led me to that was that I wasn't feeling the spark that really made me me. When I was at work, I didn't really love what I was doing, even though it was good, challenging technical work. But I knew I needed to change a pace and to shake up life a little bit. So February, I decided to quit. What did I do with my time? I went on walks with my dog. I rode my bike. I read a bunch of leftist politics and philosophy. I fixed up old cameras, and I took a bunch of pictures and led portrait workshops. I volunteered with a volunteer group, and I got to see my wife's interest in full. We went traveling and got to spend time in nature. I learned how to fix a carburetor and fix the calipers on my Jetta, and I fixed a rice cooker. I got to show up for my friends and learn a bunch of new things along the way. This is the first ever digital drawing I ever made. I also wanted to learn some more technical skills. So I put TPU end caps on a family heirloom that was passed down from my grandpa to my dad. I wanted to learn about IoT projects and use solar and built little mini hardware projects. That might be in the future for me. I built these Moon speakers. They're the best speakers I've ever built. They were $50 each. But like a good software engineer, I knew I needed to learn new skills for the future. You know it's rough when you have to take a picture on your phone of lines of code. I failed at installing Arch, by the way. But I did end up customizing FastFetch with a picture of my dog. But before I get to the actual projects I worked on to learn about software and specifically web design, I just want to share a bit about my process. I am a big AI skeptic, but I'm also a practitioner. I decided I'm going to actually take this for what it's worth, see what can someone who's only done systems level engineering do once the GUI stuff is out of the way. So I built a photography community app. It's being used right now by beta testers and hopefully will be in the App Store soon. I built any project that made me interested. And I decided, you know what? There's a lot of opportunities if I can learn how to build the architecture, learn Next.js, whatever the hottest new thing is. I built some of these projects in one day. Others have been going on since February. But a lot of these were mobile-based, whatever. I built something for a volunteer group I was a part of. I also built fun stuff. This is a pie game I made in an afternoon for my wife coming home from work. I did some client work and planning around pulling data out of documents. I got interested in maps, love maps, learned how to put them on the web. Audiobooks are great, and the thing that caught my attention most is machine learning. I have learned all about object detection, but on cheap hardware, like ESP32 systems. And, you learn these graphs, you get curious about what you could do with object recognition. And right now I'm building a project where it pulls these welding symbols off of PDFs. So you can save time. I have a friend in Maine who scans documents for too many hours a day trying to find these to do cost estimation. But I'm also curious about social values like not building more parking. I'm a cyclist. The city of Lancaster has too many parking lots, and they're full like 35%, or they're not full. They're only 35% occupied most of the time. So I'm building a tool that detects all the cars in a photo. Maybe you hook up your security cameras through my API, and it gives you data back to say, this is what your utilization over time has been. So this is one of the things I'm working on, and I just want this to show that taking a step away from your career doesn't have to be a radical change. I left a standard 9-to-5 job, but decided to go all in on just a slightly different direction of what software could be. And now all my aims are aimed at building interesting software for the future. I'm really interested in open source. I decided that today is my last day of just noodling around. And so as of now, I have to decide, am I going to go find a job in an industry that's exciting to me? Am I going to build an open source project and figure out how to get it funded? Or, yeah, maybe I'll just keep building SaaS products.